Watch.
Another year, another memorable indie movie that almost nobody got to see. Exclusive to 11 theaters, I think a lengthy 6-month wait, and upon finally seeing The Fetus, it's ridiculous. Directed by Joe Lamb and starring Lorraine Rivera and Bill Moseley, looks to me like a first billing dispute, getting some Steve McQueen vibes, and like a lot of indie movies with bizarre premises like a demonic fetus, it has to fall into one of two categories. A completely insane movie that knows what it is and embraces it, or something that tries to be taken too seriously while still being completely insane. I label this as what you expect is what you get. A blood-sucking fetus is not the source of deep narratives, but still, certain elements do help. A well-acted, engaging cast, maybe a few twists thrown in, and I don't know if we get that. Like usual, Rivera knows how to deliver the right tone, even for bizarre stuff like this, but similar to the Cranberries, the men don't seem to give a shit. That's odd considering it's Bill Moseley. Even though I'm not a fan of that Rob Zombie trilogy, Moseley definitely delivered. But I think a lot of the issue comes down to the writing in this case. I'll get to why that is, but you do get a sense of, does anybody really care? And the story kind of reflects that, going in any random direction it wants to. It really is a movie banking on its pure lunacy to draw you in. Ridiculous scenes, bizarre acting, stuff that makes no fucking sense. And in this case, it kinda works. I wouldn't say to the best it could, or the finest work by anybody involved, yet the appeal of a fetus behaving like a fucking vampire is something that can't be denied. Let's just get right into it and see just how much sticks. Yeah, no one cares. On to the sex stuff. And the only important character I didn't mention, Chris, Julian Curtis, Alyssa's boyfriend, and the worst character in the movie. I'm not just saying that because of the acting, even though it's not that great. No, it's the writing that leaves me confused. He spends the first few scenes being a complete douchebag, not mentioning the broken condom, not really caring upon finding out she's pregnant, literally offering to call an Uber.
Bitch.
Most rewarding scene in this, and if that was the intention, that'd be one thing, but he doesn't really do anything else wrong after this. Aside from a lot of overly inconsiderate things.
Dog's dead.
Do you think you'll get another one? Just one and done? Are these legit? What was it like in Nam? So, if you don't mind me asking, what's it like being blind?
Who would ask a blind guy that? I guess the reasoning could be his dead father, in which he's not going to attend the funeral because he was also a dick. But to be honest, repeatedly bringing that up doesn't have any kind of impact because of how lazily it's implemented. It's basically an afterthought meant to create fake tension, but it really just does the exact opposite. On a side note, the doctor is odd too, immediately telling her to check the trash for a broken condom because that's the only possibility, getting right into the whole commitment debate, and really selling the performance too.
Having a child is quite a commitment. Might be good to know if your partner's up for it.
However, when this shit hits the fan this quickly, you know you're in for something special. Upon being relatively pissed off at Chris, this happens. And if you think that's something, it doesn't take long to start killing people. That's when the bizarre nature of this film sets in. Despite telling Chris she's different and should not be pregnant, she attempts to keep it secret. And I gotta say, that's kinda hilarious. Random excuses that make no sense, something clearly being wrong. It may not be The Last of Us Part 2 logic, but I wouldn't call it normal. It's odd too because Rivera is honestly selling it, nobody else is, but if the situation could look remotely serious, I think we're seeing that. Also, they're going to see Bill Moseley, her blind dad, Maddox, or as I call him, a big fucking letdown. It may not be his fault, but his whole personality is just weird. He never truly embraces the insanity. It's kind of like Nicolas Cage in Ghost Rider. It's the one element that could have fixed it, and he just seems to be phoning it in.
Well, if you're going to be with my daughter, I need to know your family history.
I told you to keep her in bed.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to take care of my daughter. Something you should learn.
They throw in this thing about him having to eat immediately, or he doesn't talk, and that's actually what happens.
I don't know why.
They get there, you think he just acts that way, but upon finally eating, he briefly talks normal. I don't know what any of that adds, but more importantly, I don't know what he adds. Aside from the plot needs him, none of his unique qualities come through, and it's a role anybody could have phoned in, which is what he did. Again, I don't love those Rob Zombie movies, but Mosley was definitely there. The acting quality becomes apparent when the plot, quote-unquote, unravels. Upon Alyssa passing out, Maddox knows she's pregnant, and he takes her to the road in a wheelbarrow, leaves her against a tree, waits for somebody to see if she's okay, and you know the rest. The way he does it is so casual, like it's what we have to do, so what's your problem? But I can't say he's selling it. The situation is ridiculous, but I can get into that. I love bizarre stuff like this, even if it's not the greatest effects. But aside from Lavera, the acting is so forgettable. Maddox assaults Chris multiple times, brings up his dad, makes fun of him.
I can tell by the expression on your face, you piece of shit.
Don't call me that.
Oh, yeah.
And then immediately after, acts like nothing happened. If it came across as him being crazy, that'd be one thing, but it doesn't. So I don't give Mosley any kind of pass. He's just plain unconvincing. In the same vein, though, everybody kind of is, acting way too casual about the situation.
Can you spray the degreaser? Please. Just let it sink in for a while.
Is that the most depressing concern? They do cover the bases as to why he's doing this, at least most of them. If the fetus is not fed, it may kill her. It may also be what killed her mother. But upon revealing he can see, he explains her mom's not really dead, locks her in the basement, and goes to find more food. Which is just ridiculous. Finding the like button is way easier, and subscribing is down there too. But most importantly, in today's climate, sharing the video is imperative, as YouTube literally stopped doing that. The next scene really shows how these two are just useless.
Why do you care?
I'm the father. Did you make a deal? Get your eyesight back in exchange for a baby? I'm not killing anyone.
Well, that's good, because you don't have to.
It's about as lifeless as ice cubes were in the World's movie, the arguments barely even justified, and upon Chris holding him at gunpoint after subduing the new victims, can anybody make sense of this?
Are you kidding me? I taught you how to provide for my daughter.
What is he even talking about? When did this happen? If there was any effort put in, this would be gold. I'm not kidding, this has the potential to be beyond entertaining, but nobody's fucking trying. In this case, Joe Lamb had the right idea for a hilariously bizarre movie. Not the whole script, but some bits had that vibe, but sadly it doesn't come together, and these scenes just drag on. This leads to even more of them talking.
Because you're a little piece of shit.
Again, why? You didn't see the intro, so what did he do? Still, the movie hasn't been bad, just a few off scenes, but now, it goes fucking batshit. After the subsequent feeding, which honestly looks okay, we finally find out what exactly happened, and it's a bit confusing. He appears to be having sex with a portal to hell. I know it's the demon mother, but it's really fucking weird. And the main thing is, we see her being born, how he became blind, I guess. Not exactly easy to follow, but do you really care? Because I promise, very soon, it'll be the least of it. Chris finally gets fed up with Maddox's insults and stabs him. Wasn't really rooting for either of them, so whatever. But now he gets some effects that aren't that good, that'll save him. She becomes a demon too. I again don't completely get what happens, but it looks, well, you know. And out of complete fucking nowhere.
I think I want to keep it.
Where did that come from? What's next, the you'll be a good father bit? Yes, indeed it is. Meanwhile, Maddox's arm is ripped off.
I don't know why.
And the absurdity continues. I'm not kidding, in what's mostly been the final third of the movie, most of this bizarre shit takes place. Maddox shoots Chris in the dick area, a bit late I think. He wants to sacrifice the baby to make them whole, which now includes making Chris whole again, so she agrees. I just love the way this particular moment looks. Like it's normal. Things don't go as planned though. The fetus feeds on Maddox's severed arm, then goes back inside. It's born for real right after this, but Chris somehow made it back there, and given his condition, he agrees to do whatever it wants to have it fixed. Luckily, Maddox all of a sudden becomes reasonable. We gotta progress somehow. And apparently he's so reasonable now, he waits until he's healed and then saves him. Talk about a loophole. See, now we can feel bad about whatever that was. So, climax time, crammed into about 8 minutes. We got the mom demon coming out, Elizabeth becoming a demon too now. A couple things to note here that feel off.
Right in, and I'll spare your life.
You're not exactly winning. What is hiding they're going to accomplish? A few cops show up to get the body count higher, providing some unique kills. The effects kinda hinder this. Also somewhat pace-breaking, one dead cop after another. Didn't really need to be there. But at some point, I guess he hit the body, allowing him to trick her. And you can't tell me you don't love the casual nature of this.
How do you even read this shit? I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know what the fuck happens. It appears to get decapitated by the portal closing, immediately followed by this.
Should I get a shovel? I'll get the shovel.
Is that meant to be serious? I'd like to believe not, but at this point, what even is real? But it's a happy ending. Maddox, who killed 2 people, tried to kill 3, is given a proper burial. Chris is now considerate, and they know the baby will be good.
You'll be good. I know you'll be good.
And that was The Fetus. It's completely insane, utter nonsense, and a damn good time. In the most basic sense, that's really all the movie is. It proves once again you can throw the most batshit idea on paper, in this case a blood-sucking fetus, and somehow end up with completely mixed results. On one hand, you have Lavera actually trying to sell the chaos, and has pretty much done the best it could be, but then you have Bill Moseley looking like he doesn't want to be there. Scenes that go from broken condoms to a demon fetus eating people. It's random in a way that's hilarious, but a lot of it does feel unfinished. I can't say I wasn't entertained, yeah, some of it is just plain bad, but when it is insane, it's the kind of thing you can't look away from. In fact, it's reliant on it. It doesn't have much beyond that. It makes absolutely no sense. By now you know this, but yet, it had my attention. For a movie about whatever this is, I don't know if I need much else. It's not a full recommendation. You have to know what you're getting. The title should say it all. Yeah, by no means a new classic, but it's something, a bizarre experience that you won't soon forget. I'm the analyst, and remember kids, upon meeting new people, always maintain complete awkward silence until the food is served. That is, good manners.